Hello everybody, my name is Sunpo and we are back and we're gonna raid the Golden House. At least that's what I believe. There's no rewards, so this raid just might be exposition. Well, let's just get this started then. I'm hoping we're really close to the end here because I do not want to really continue on with this. Let's see here. Got a healer, I got my powerhouse, I'm worried if we're gonna get an archer, but there's no recommendations, so I think this might be a raid. If there's no rewards, that kind of sucks, but oh well. Let's get to it then, shall we?
This is the Golden House?
Okay.
It looked impressive enough from the outside, but who would have guessed that it was even fancier on the inside? And so full of Mora. This is where all of Tibet's Mora is minted, right? In that case, maybe they won't notice if a few... Oh, so it's a trap! Tricky. Good thing Paimon's got you here. But even if we can't take any, we can still have a closer look, right?
I don't think so.
Or better yet, take a nap on top of a mountain of Mora. It's like a dream come true. Oh, right. It's quiet. Too quiet. Surely someone's gotta be guarding something as important as the Exuvia. Huh? Look! What happened here? Uh-oh. Quick! We have to go make sure that the Exuvia is alright!
A few inches later.
You've already fulfilled your task as guides, so why do you still linger here? Haven't you already seen enough trouble for today?
Huh? Who's there?
If you were Fatui, I imagine that you would be entitled to a generous reward from the Tsaritsa herself. But now, you're nothing but dross, and you're in my way. Although I'm deeply grateful to you that I was able to effortlessly find this secret location.
It's not that secret. It's literally just right out the open.
Don't you think that trying to stop me now would just be wasted effort?
I don't know. Beating your ass would be a good thing with that scummy hair of yours, honestly. Yeah, the hair is actually kind of terrible. Why do all anime hair look like that anyway? I hate any character who has hair like that.
Stopping the Mora mints. Hiding away the Exuvia. The Chising are really pulling out all the stops this time.
So you've been planning to take the Gnosis from inside the Exuvia all along?
As one of the 11 Fatui Harbingers, it's my duty to see the will of the Tsaritsa fulfilled. She will get that which she desires. I'm not asking for your blessing, and there's nothing you can do to stop me anyway. The time for discussion and diplomacy has already passed. I mean, if it were up to me, I would have skipped that stage to begin with.
Later.
Okay, he did say he wanted to skip all this, so we're skipping it, and let's go. Where is he? Oh.
This chance is hard to come by, so show me all you've got. So very few ever get the chance to square off with the Fatui Harbinger. So come now, amuse me, and don't you dare disappoint.
Alright. Okay. He is!
Steady as stone.
Why is he weak? Look how much damage I'm doing to this guy.
You missed the squid!
Not bad.
Dude, Dude. I have Sonic Frontiers is harder than this. Why are you so weak?
Poor time.
I must leave no stone unturned, as a dutiful maid would.
I can tank it. See, I tanked it. Yo, whoa,
Someone needs assistance.
You've made some progress.
some progress. You're almost dead. You're really just disappointed. I see, you are a Violet fan. I hate Violet. You literally just bring two characters in this and I would win.
No wonder Senor was so well. That just means I can go yourself. This is about to get tough.
Oh, so this.
Now, show me what you can do against the might of a harbinger.
So you are actually getting serious now? Okay, so getting interesting. Did you get any stronger? Oh my god. Oh my god, transform again.
No stone unturned.
You've got some skills.
Where are you?
Nobody's hiding back there.
Leave it all to me.
Yeah, heal me. You are... You are still supposed to be. I would say the same to you, boy. You are running.
Nobody's hiding back there.
You are literally taking the level. I mean, right here, are you blind? You just went blind, guys. Oh, resorting to lag, are you? So you are a different Smash player, I see.
Rain outlines your fate.
Who's that?
Nobody's hiding your fate.
I'm not
Minor
hiding.
setback. Not good.
Oh, he's just spamming! Like a Smash player, spammers don't win, unless of course you're OP. I think he broke the game. He rage quit. Okay. Really? He beat my ass? I was beating his ass. What the fuck?
Not bad. Your swordsmanship is quite impressive.
Well, you're pretty unimpressive,
But
honestly.
that's about as far as you'll get.
Tell me if you're gonna transform, because that would be a good challenge.
Didn't think you had that card hidden up your sleeve.
You were just playing us to get close to the Exuvia.
Oh,
Good for me.
quiet down. Stop acting like some wide-eyed recruit. You've seen this world. You of all people should know. This should have been expected. Well then, I'll be taking Morax's Gnosis now. I see. Well, this is most unexpected. You beat me to it, didn't you?
Man, he Sephiroth!
But this is going to cost you!
Is this my worthy opponent? I guess not. Or is it? I don't know. Man thingy elfo perfecto effortless for Oh, finally.
You got to the Gnosis head, didn't you? Did you simply move faster? Or did you leak the information regarding the Golden House to me on purpose?
Okay, you're a bit more tougher now. At least in health-wise. You are still weak.
Take it.
Okay, you're not dying as fast. Finally, a worthy opponent. This battle will be legendary. If I could actually... If you kept your feet on the ground, this would be a lot more easy, honestly. So the whale is the strongest attack.
I must leave no stone unturned.
Says the demon right in front of me. Alright.
Let me lead you first.
Oh. That's not really enough.
Rain outlines your fate.
Why don't I use marionette puppets? I'm gonna play as this character for a bit. Because why not? I ran out of closer. Whale. Missed again. Jeez, your aim is bad, honestly.
No, my sword! No longer hold back.
Alright, not here.
Leave it up to me.
Disappear! Surprisingly getting weaker right now. He's been taking a lot more damage. Nice.
I must leave no stone unturned. Time to clean up.
Are melting, my guy. What happened? Oh, you're supposed to talk. You're weak right now. Must be the fatigue. Are you just getting tired? At least we're getting the boss fight out of this. Okay, once again. Man. Wait a minute, did he just kill himself? You fool. He killed himself. He knocked himself out. Dude, you knocked yourself out. What the fuck, man? Are you just that salty that you don't want me to do the finishing blow? My god. What a bitch.
Look! Childe's back to normal again!
No, I bet he's still evil on the inside.
Well then, time to cool off. It seems the burden of the foul legacy transformation was too great for my body. I lacked the opportunity to think this through.
You need to train more, that's one thing. Come back when you get stronger. My god.
And now that I consider the matter more carefully, you never had any chance of beating me to the Gnosis. You had no connection to the Gnosis, no matter where it had been taken.
That's what we've been trying to tell you! We didn't take it!
Your show of ability today far surpasses that of Signora's initial assessment of you in Mondstadt. Tell me, how could that be? You already know the answer, don't you? I can see it in your eyes. But if that is a secret you wish to keep, I guess I'll just have to curb my curiosity. This battle has already left me satisfied. Anyone who strives as I do to grow stronger shall be called a friend. even if our friendship can only be shown in battle against one another.
Honestly, I'm not actually that satisfied. I mean, your last transformation made you Sephiroth. I mean, you were pretty good until like you were taking a lot more damage. I didn't lower the defense or anything. So, tell me, is it just because you didn't train enough, or did I or did you really just run out of steam? Because I really don't know. I kind of want a rematch, honestly.
Pretty sure that's not the normal way to make friends.
Well, I mean, Goku did it before, so pretty much.
Unfortunately, I must bring this amiable conversation to an end. My quest still beckons. Given that the Gnosis wasn't taken by anyone, then we must look once again to the beginning. Perhaps it was never in the Exuvia to begin with. In fact, it might be that the Exuvia was just a diversion of sorts.
What? So you mean that...
Yes, it appears so. Interesting to say the least.
I knew it.
It seems that the guardian deity of the capital of commerce is also well versed in little maneuvers beyond the boundaries of contracts. As such, we must now look to our backup plan.
Backup plan?
I had hoped it would never come to this, for the weak will be swept away in the process. The truth is, the world belongs to those who pursue strength. I seldom willingly involve myself with the weak. Unfortunately, we cannot be picky about our methods as Fatui Harbingers. Children must all learn to eat their vegetables sometime.
So what are you planning to do?
I will awaken the god that lies dormant beneath Guyon's stone forest.
A god?
Osile, overlord of the Vortex, who was defeated by Morax, the Geo-Archon in the Archon War, and who has remained pinned beneath the waves by the Geo-Archon's stone spears ever since. If such an ancient god were to be unleashed upon Liyue Harbor, defenseless without the protection of its deity, do you think the cunning Rex Lapis would just stand aloof and watch the ensuing destruction?
But the Archon War ended 2,000 years ago. How can an ancient god appear in a world now overseen by the Seven?
Simple. I've already prepared the means to awaken it.
Hey, those are sigils of permission. Oh, Paimon remembers now. The Fatui have been researching them.
Indeed. The one that was given to you was just a byproduct of our research. With the power of so many sigils of permission concentrated in one place, along with that which was bestowed upon me as a harbinger by our Tsaritsa, breaking the subduing might of the Geo-Archon spears for a time should be no obstacle. Using the powers of ancient gods in such a situation fails to interest me, and is largely against my principles. But knowing that such an action will not only force the Geo-Archon to show its hand, but you as well, that makes matters a little more intriguing.
Well, here we go. The storm is approaching. Okay. It's a manta ray, right? Or is it a whale?
Let's see. Will the nation that has lost its deity be swallowed up by an ancient malice once more? If you wish to drown together with the people of Liyue, you're free to stay and enjoy the show.
Okay.
He's already gone. That guy is fast.
It seems like we're almost reaching.
What's going on?
This song seems too familiar, honestly. I've seen this before. Like not from this game. It's like this is like from a different show. Now, where did I seen this before? I think you start with an R. It's like 4 letters. I don't know. Oh, could be a show and a game. Like start with a 1, start with an R, one start with an S. Yeah, that could be it.
Paimon's exhausted. If we hadn't happened to see the Jade Chamber flying over just as we came out of the Golden House, we really wouldn't have known which way to go. Do we make it in time? Is the Overlord of the Vortex still in the sea? It hasn't destroyed Lele yet, has it?
What are you doing here?
Huh? Hold on. It's the Adepti. What are you doing on the Jade Chamber? Paimon thought you were arguing with the Chising. Is the fighting over?
Faced with a calamity of such magnitude, we have agreed to put our differences aside for now and unite against this common enemy.
Okay.
Oh, Paimon gets it. So how do you plan to defend Lele? Just seeing this Overlord of the Vortex guy puts a pit in Paimon's tummy, even from all the way out here.
It's not just you. We've got new Millilith recruits who can't even stand at attention without shaking. The force of an ancient god's presence seems to be too much for ordinary people to handle, which is why we must stop that monster before it gets any closer to Liyue Harbor.
Okay.
So the Archon War was fought 2,000 years ago against enemies like that thing? Now that's scary. So will the power of the Chising, Millilith, and Adepti gathered here be enough to stop that god?
We've already discussed this together, and our conclusion is not necessarily.
Okay.
What?
So,
But all of you are supposed to be the guardians of Lele. Can't you think of something?
One certainly could.
Huh?
The Chising did once research the matter of the Guizhong Ballista when it piqued their fancy. And as fate would have it, one who did craft the Guizhong Ballista with one's own hands is... For what could you mortals ever learn of Adepti mechanisms? Yet, it would take one, but a little tinkering to turn this ballista into an engine of war beyond your wildest thoughts.
I suppose this is one blessing from the Adepti that we should be thankful for. So be it. We shall use the upgraded Guizhong Ballista to fight off that god. All the Adepti here can lend their strength to man it. We haven't a moment to spare. Our battle begins now.
alright.
Yep.
Oh,
Fatui!
you gotta
They're
be kidding
attacking the
me.
Guizhong Ballista!
Guess we're fighting. Alright.
All able Millilith, with me!
Let's go help too!
We Adepti have not faced a god in several millennia. Let one see what you're made of then. What strength remains within you? One wishes to witness.
Innocent time will break you!
Leave her!
You can't run!
Steady as stone.
There you go.
Looks like I went too far.
That is Osial's divine power. Be careful not to get hit.
Oh, okay. Look at this. I'd like to see where it goes.
The Fatui! Their attacks are unrelenting!
Okay, go take the damage too.
How daring. Snatch Knives diplomats will answer for this afterward. Every last one.
Leave it all to me. The ancient god's attacking again!
wait, okay, this guy's healing.
Don't lose heart. Here, take this.
This is adeptal energy. That
Good
light
job,
from your
okay.
body. It's like the time in Julian Curse. Whoa, it's medicating shockwave. This grid is really strong.
Thank God. I will keep this. Okay. Okay, you Overwatch reject.
With the blood of the Chilean, I guard you against evil! Cast your fear of injury by the wayside, and fight with all your might! I too did this during the Archon War!
So this is what got me right in a fight.
My name means swiftness. Take my power and run as I do.
We're going too fast.
Where are the enemies now?
Withstand 3 forms of adeptal energy at once.
This will hurt a little. Please bear with us.
Once you've adapted, try to use them for that.
I must leave no stone unturned. Someone needs to.
Exercise caution. I fear that the god's power has reached its peak. In other words, if we hold here, there's nothing worse to come, right?
This one's good. This one's good. Needles.
I must leave no stone unturned.
The Patui's numbers are thinning!
Why not, numbers? Once we finish this run off, the Adepti will be able to deal with the god in peace.
Almost done. What now? What now? 10 seconds left.
The interlopers are no more. Now we may commit ourselves fully.
The Discord cannot handle it. Alright. It's not lagging on my side. Okay, there we go. Let's go do this. There we go.
Be careful now.
The Guizhong Ballista is destroyed. Without its covering fire, retaliation shall be difficult.
But the Jade Chamber is our last line of defense. We can't give another inch, no matter what.
I have another idea.
What do you mean, Lady Ningguang?
I'll sacrifice the Jade Chamber.
What is the meaning of this?
I understand.
Traveler, lend me a hand. Farewell, old friend. Goodbye for now. Let us meet again in the future.
There it goes away. Is that it? Okay. A little underwhelming, but that's fine. Is that really it? I doubt that's really it. Of course, if it is it, then I'm happy. Then we can just end the series from here. Oh, whatever. That took the series took a bit too long. Guess we're back.
Is it finally over?
I hope so.
The ominous aura of that monster has indeed begun to fade.
Yes.
The effects of the Sigil of Permission last but a short time. It will be some time before the Overlord of the Vortex can make any waves again.
We are indebted to you for your assistance. If the Adepti hadn't happened to be here, the future of Liyue Harbor would surely have been in great jeopardy.
Save your flattery. We didn't just happen to be here. Surely you won't pretend to have forgotten the reason for which we came.
Come now. There's no need for such harsh words, Cloud Retainer. I've heard that when Ningguang began learning to do business, she had already started setting aside part of her then limited income in preparation for building the Jade Chamber. At first, it was only the size of a small room.
Yep.
But with continued expansion, it has become the palace that lies before you now. It is a testament to Ningguang's entire life, both as a businesswoman and as the backbone of the Liyue Qixing. Seeing the Jade Chamber destroyed in the defense of Liyue means much to her. To me, such cooperation and sacrifice deserves at least some recognition, don't you agree?
Well, I was really hoping you would say that such sacrifice could at least be used as some leverage in our negotiations. Thank you all for hearing me out. We know very well why the Adepti came here today. But please forgive us. We cannot yield to your wishes.
Oh?
3,700 years. According to our records, the Adepti signed a contract with Rex Lapis to protect Liyue 3,700 years ago. Even to this very day, Liyue and its lands have stood the test of time, immovable as stone, just as it was thousands of years before. This is truly no small feat. But that does not mean that the Liyue of today is the same city as it was all those years ago.
That is true.
Do not merely cast your protective gaze upon the land. Instead, focus your sights on our city and each of the citizens that dwell within it.
Are you questioning our means of protecting Liyue?
I mean no offense. I simply hope that our Adepti forebears would see Liyue in a new light.
Forebears, you say? One doubts you would be fit to be part of such a lineage.
This morning, Rex Lapis appeared to me in a dream.
What?
In the dream, I yearned to tell him that we Qixing, though mortal, are equally bound to the contract. Each passing generation of the Qixing leaves many things of value to be inherited by the next generation. I also thought to tell him how the past generations of Qixing had strove under his rule to survive in our mortal world.
Okay.
but I dared not
Oops.
speak. I could only gaze at him in silence until the moment I awoke.
Oh, Ningguang.
Yet another perspective. What are you trying to say, Outlander?
Discord.
Right. That's something that happened in Mondstadt. It's a story about the Four Winds and the people of the Animal Archon.
For some reason, the line that both the texts that I chose seem very like friendship is magic, like honestly. Yeah.
The Animal Archon sought to quell the strife between the two sides, because he believed that such conflict would only scar the hearts of both, and that nothing good would come of it.
Each of the 7 nations has its own scars from the past.
Though your point is the very height of simplicity. As Adepti, we've become a laughingstock, to be chastised thus by an outlander who has lent us such succor.
All right, all right. Didn't Ningguang suggest that we should focus on the city and each of its citizens? I know I already have, so why not see for yourselves?
I apologize for appearing in full armor. I am afraid I cannot show the proper courtesies.
And who are you?
I am Feng Yan, a sergeant of the Millelith. I have come to extend my thanks to the Adepti. I thought this battle would perhaps be my last. But thanks to the aid of the Adepti, our forces were not as badly battered as I feared we might. Although I am a mere mortal soldier, I promise to hold the line and never betray the grace given to us by the illuminated Adepti this day.
Huh? Why does everyone look so down? Didn't we just beat that big monster?
You. I don't know what character, but you sound like a character that I know.
Weren't you frightened, dear? It was quite the predicament.
I wasn't afraid. All the strong Millelith guards were there, and those powerful heroes with their visions were there. Everyone was there. When danger is near, everyone always protects me. And the rest of the time, they make fun toys and tasty snacks and loads of things that make the harbor so pretty.
You sound like Amy. Oh my god.
Thanks for protecting Liyue Harbor. Please come visit us for the next lantern rite.
Unfortunately, we wouldn't be able to participate.
Huh?
Because we are Adepti.
Oh, okay. It must be hard being an Adeptus. Aww.
You see, this is what Liyue is like today. The country of contracts is grateful to the Adepti for their protection, but it is no longer necessary for the city to rely on the Adepti's power to solve every little niggling matter. Although their blood is weak, there is still strength to be found in those we call mortals. The time of contracts between gods and Liyue has long since passed. Now is the time of contracts between Liyue and its people.
Seeing the port around us now, it is hard not to feel a bit out of place. Wouldn't you say so, Cloud Retainer?
Your line of inquiry is askew. One did not spearhead this expedition to Liyue Harbor.
Seems like the Adepti have had a change of heart.
Let us return now.
Eager to leave, Conqueror of Demons. Yes, one understands what the Conqueror of Demons means. The city of Liyue has changed much after our long separation. One fears that by the time one finally grasps the new contracts of Liyue, you humans would have once again changed the place beyond recognition. Fair enough. Away we shall, and return whence we came.
Since we Adepti have consensus, then one shall persist no further. But how will we ensure that the Liyue Qixing will not simply exploit their power once we depart? In my view, that is still a thing to be guarded against.
All right, Mooncarver, you needn't worry. It seems to me that this right of supervision is best left to the people of Liyue.
Looks like the conflict between humans and Adepti was avoided. Oh, right! It's nice that we've got peace and all, but we're forgetting one thing.
And what's that?
Childe wanted to unleash the god so he could lure Rex Lapis out. But we were able to handle the Overlord of the Vortex on our own. So Rex Lapis never showed up. Oh, and speaking of that, don't we still need to get to the bottom of that Archon's death too?
Later.
You two? I'm afraid that Wangsheng Funeral Parlor isn't in the best state to receive guests.
We've come to see Zhongli. Could you please tell him we're here?
Unfortunately, Zhongli isn't here at the moment. It seems he went to Northland Bank.
Doesn't the Northland Bank belong to the Fatui? Last time we saw Zhongli was before we went to the Golden House. Do you think he doesn't know about the attack on Liyue? Visiting the Fatui at a time like this could only mean more trouble. We had better go and make sure that everything is okay.
You call this cooperation between Harbingers? Cooperation involves communication, you know.
Don't take it to heart, child. Besides, aren't you happy that you got to skip the formalities and bring chaos to the land? I'm sure you must have enjoyed that. Oh, it seems that some of your friends have arrived.
Hey, it's Zhongli and Childe. And...
It's you two. I believe we've met once before. In the city of Bards, was it? I'm glad you still remember my name. Ah, right. I imagine that it must have been rather hard to forget watching helplessly as something precious was snatched away from your friend.
No, don't let her get to you! You've yet to gather the powers of all 7 elements, and our last battle at the Golden House was almost more than you could handle. So it might be best to keep things peaceful this time, seeing that 2 of the Harbingers are here.
Honestly, it wasn't really that close. I beat the shit out of Childe, so... yeah.
The real deceivers here are Senora and Zhongli. Curse them for leading me on. So actually, I think...
Stop wasting time, child. There'll be plenty of time to chat once I'm through here. You remember the agreement, Morax. Now, if you would be so kind. The Gnosis, please.
What in the world are you talking about?
The contract is fulfilled. That which thou seeketh is now bestowed unto thee. For my promise is solid as stone.
That sounds very Gabriel Gress of you, actually.
How sanctimonious.
What? So you're the Lord of Chiel? No, wait! That's an exciting twist and all, but why give the Gnosis to the Fatui?
I do not give it for free. I give it as agreed upon in the contract. For it is a matter solely between the Tsaritsa and I. Perhaps it's best that I explain. As you know, I've dwelt upon this world for more than 6,000 years. It is now 3,700 years ago that I founded Liyue, together with the Adepti. Even boulders that can withstand whirlpools will erode with the passing of time. I kept convincing myself that cracks had not begun to form, and that the end of my time had not yet come, until one drizzly day. As I was strolling along the harbor, I heard a merchant tell one of his workers, "You finished your duties. Go ahead and call it a day." I stood motionless among the crowds, asking myself, have I already finished my duties?
Oh, Zhongli.
But as I began to consider relinquishing my divine role, I soon discovered that many reasons still remained to not hastily depart. Was Liyue, the city I had dwelt in for so long, already prepared to enter its next age? So I feigned my own death, and gathered the cast of Childe, the Adepti, and the Liyue Chising to play their roles together on the stage that was Liyue. That's right. Which is why I continued to safeguard the Gnosis until now.
Damn.
So you mean that if the chaos ever reached the point of no return, you would simply appear and use your divine powers to bring Liyue back under control?
Of course. And it would have been all too easy for him, too. Just as a child quickly matures after losing their parents, so has Liyue matured when faced with the death of its deity.
In the end, the resolution to all that has transpired was even more satisfactory than I could have hoped for. Take the Adepti, for instance. Owing to their years of seclusion, they were the least informed. Yet when faced with a crisis, they commendably showed the greatest amount of restraint possible. Not only did they manage to cooperate with the Qixing, but in the end, they even made efforts to understand the hearts of the people. Credit is also due to Signora, the emissary dispatched by the Cryo-Archon to fulfill our contract. At my request, she kept everything she knew in strict confidence. This despite the eavesdropping ears of her colleague, CHILDE. This meant I could remain as Zhongli, even having the chance to fulfill the age-old traditions of Liyue in this mortal form. Thank you for joining me on this journey, traveler. All of these things turned out as I had planned. There is only one thing that I had not anticipated, and that was the conduct of the Liyue Qixing. I had expected them to do no more than the Adepti, to come to the defense of Liyue. But when all was said and done, they seized the opportunity to supplant Liyue as divine protectors, and used the subsequent power vacuum left by my death to quickly gain complete control of Liyue.
Huh? That doesn't sound good at all.
On the contrary, I think it is excellent. I had always feared that it was too soon for them to take over from me. And it was also that which I longed for the most. As such, this is the best parting gift anyone could have given this god of old.
Hey, what about me? Doesn't anyone feel the least bit of remorse for deceiving me? You've practically kept me in the dark.
Shut up, child.
I think that thanks would be more appropriate. You certainly played no small part in all of this, wreaking havoc and turning the city upside down. The Lord of Geo ought to thank you for your performance, if anything. If you hadn't created the pressure of a battle between mortals, Adepti, and a god, the lump of coal resting in the hands of the Geo-Archon, Liyue, would never have been able to become a dazzling diamond of a city.
Huh? Just whose side are you on, mocking me like that? Are you itching for— Hey, haven't you learned the Liyue saying, don't always call it as you see it?
I never heard of that saying.
Well then, with the Gnosis in my possession, I have no use for such idle chatter. We should return to Zapoljarny Palace and seek an audience with Her Majesty, the Tsaritsa. Come, child.
Fine. I'll meet you there later. I'm not sharing a boat with the likes—
Do as you wish.
Now then, is there anything else you wish to ask me?
Right! As Zhongli always told us, a good trade is a fair trade. Paimon has no idea what could be a good trade for a Gnosis.
Realistically speaking, there is no such thing.
Huh?
However, I am the god of contracts. For thousands of years, I have made countless contracts. If the deal was of no benefit, then I certainly would not be inclined to agree to it.
Makes sense, I guess.
My agreement with the Cryo-Archon will be the last of my contracts as the Geo-Archon. My contract to end all contracts. As for the bargaining chip that the Tsaritsa used to balance the scales, uncover that answer for yourself in your future journeys.
Is that it? Are we done? Guess not, I guess. Well, we're going to go back.
A few inches later.
Hey, Zhongli! Look at this. Everyone in Liyue is caught up in their emotions, thinking that they'll never see Rex Lapis again. And here you are looking all relaxed.
Why would I not feel more at ease after laying down the burden I have borne for 3,700 years? Right. If the two of you can spare the time, I should treat you to a meal at the Shinya kiosk.
Ha! That sounds like big talk, Zhongli. Paimon might have believed you if you were treating us to some third-round knockout, but you'd have to pay out your nose just to stand inside Shinya kiosk. Are you sure you can afford it?
You're right. I do like the Mora. As the Rex Lapis Morax, I can easily create Mora. But when I was journeying with you, though I still had the Gnosis in hand, I knew that I must soon retire from my role as an Archon. So I had to rehearse a little for my new life.
Oh, no wonder! Paimon gets it now. You didn't look at the price tags when we were spending because you've never had to. But since you weren't used to not being able to just make more Mora as and when you wanted to, you had to try becoming a parasite to society who lives off of other people's credit.
Bruh.
Well, we were only spending Fatui money. You don't have to say it like that. In the City of Commerce, we do not merely exchange money or goods. We also exchange knowledge, memories, and foresight, as well as positions, roles, and lives.
Yeah.
The Archon Morax could never experience life as the true mortal Zhongli could, no matter how many times he descended to be with his people. I must thank you for that. I will treasure the memories that I made as Zhongli, traveling the streets of Liyue with you. That is true. But there is no journey that does not end. No meetings without partings.
Paimon thinks that we should make a move and continue our search for the Seven.
Yeah. I don't know about that.
I fear that continuing your journey may be difficult. The nation that neighbors Liyue by sea, Inazuma, is presently closed. The Electro-Archon Ball. And just as the people of Liyue preferred to call me Rex Lapis, she too goes by another name among locals in Inazuma.
Paimon thinks we've heard that one before. Raiden?
Yeah, Raiden.
That is the case. And since Raiden is also the Shogun of Inazuma, people call her the Raiden Shogun.
That said, though people at the wharf were saying that the situation in Inazuma is very tense, Paimon doesn't remember that always being the case. It wasn't that bad last year. Zhongli, since you're Rex Lapis, shouldn't you know something about what's happening there? Just how did Inazuma become a closed nation?
It's because of visions.
Visions?
Visions?
That's what I said.
When faced with circumstances beyond their control, humans often bemoan their lack of power. But if a person shows true strength of will at a desperate and fateful moment in their life, the gods will look upon them with favor. This is what visions are. Magical foci bestowed upon those who have been acknowledged by the gods.
Uh-huh. That's how people in Teyvat see it.
But starting from last year, the Raiden Shogun...
Vision Hunt Decree?
Yes. It was an order to seize all visions within Inazuma's borders, and to inlay them upon the hands of the statue of the omnipresent god.
They want to seize visions. But why? Aren't visions blessings from the gods?
I should think that in the Raiden Shogun's eyes, it is precisely because they are divine blessings that they should be under the sole dominion of divinity.
Whoa, that's harsh.
The Animo Archon is the god of freedom, and the Geo Archon is the god of contracts. For her part, the Raiden Shogun is the god of eternity. It seems as though she has finally decided to eliminate any unstable elements that could pose a threat to her eternal realm. The fact that even I, the oldest of the seven, have now passed away will only strengthen her resolve to pursue eternity.
Alright then.
Knowing her, she must have again quoted that adage she is most fond of when proclaiming that decree to her people. 7 ideals for 7 gods. And of these, eternity is nearest unto the heavenly principles. All right then. Was there anything else you wish to know?
2 very boring minutes later.
Where did he go? Come on. There's an Act 4? What the? Oh, you gotta be. Yeah. Okay. So. Yeah, we're gonna stop right here. Okay. So yeah, that's about it for the series. In all honesty, there's a goddamn Act 4, and I am not gonna do that Act 4. And I mean, I know there's an interlude chapter, but why is there an Act goddamn 4? I don't know. Either way, I feel like we already finished this goddamn story. And okay, to be honest, I mean, the story is written pretty well. The only downside is that the bosses are super disappointing, in all honesty. I mean, we didn't actually beat the actual god, we just cutscene him, so that's about it. And the only battle, the only true boss fight was Childe, and Jesus, Childe was just a pushover. He's supposed to be a boss? Like, why is he such a pushover? I expected more, and in all sadness, even Sonic boss fights are like harder than that. And they're just easy, like 3 hits. I don't know why, but this one is a very easy fight, to be honest. And again, I think I could have beat Childe and like with just 2 characters, in all honesty. I don't need the full squad. Well, either way, that's it for the video, I guess. And that's it for the series. I am not going to play this anymore. Well, okay, I am going to be playing this for a little while, just for the login bonus, but then after that, I'm going to delete the game. And finally, I can go back to the games that I actually want to play. Jesus Christ, this is a very bad mobile game indeed. I mean, this is like a very good console game, but knowing that this originally on mobile, this is like the worst mobile game. I don't know how people play this on their phones, honestly. I don't know why would they want to play this on their phones. This is such a bad mobile game. Until next time, my name is Sampo, and I am never going to return to this game until they buff up the rewards or they have a crossover. Hopefully that crossover is going to be Sonic or Miraculous Ladybug, to be honest, because they had the voice actors for Sonic and Miraculous Ladybug, so hopefully they come in. That's just wishful thinking, honestly. Until then, catch you later, possibly in another lifetime, because there's no way they're gonna do a crossover. Unless of course I do the Yu-Gi-Oh thing in this one. There's a card game. Only time will tell.